All right, so you're looking to buy a house. I'm going to show you how. Shaye Carter here with Room Real Estate, and I'm just going to go through some steps on for a first-time home buyer just to make it easy for you, nice and easy to understand. So first step in buying a home is to build your team. So mainly I'm speaking of a great real estate agent, also a great lender. So that's something I can help steer you towards also. They're a huge part of the home buying process and a lot of people overlook that. So I want to make sure that you don't. Okay, and the next step is to know your numbers. So this is going to be contacting the lender, getting your pre-approval, finding out how much you can spend and also how much you want to spend, because those two numbers aren't always the same. Also, speaking about lenders, it's really important getting a great lender because they're going to let you know about some different options you have. So basically a bigger toolbox to get what you want. So whether that's an ARM loan, whether that's talking about 2-to-1 seller buy downs, you want to make sure you have a lender that gives you those options, just so, like I said, your toolbox is fuller, you've got more tools to get what you want, which is the house. Okay, so you're pre-approved, you know how much you want to spend. Now it's time to go house hunting. So that's where you contact someone like myself to take you around, go show you houses. We'll check them out in person. So we'll be checking out the disclosures, the inspections, and basically any other information that we can about the house to do our due diligence before we make an offer. And more so on my end for the house hunting, what I'll be doing is I'll be contacting the listing agent, getting some more information about the sellers, about their intentions, why are they selling, what's most important to them. So in the event that we do make an offer, we can make sure we make it as strong as possible. All right, so you love the home and you want to make an offer. What's next? So basically, you and I will speak. We'll talk about the certain terms of the contract, all the kind of nuts and bolts. We'll put that together in what we call an RPA, a residential purchase agreement. I'll make that, you sign that. And remember, before we're making this offer, I've already talked to the listing agent, got the information from the seller, because remember, we're gonna try to make this offer as strong as possible. So we're gonna incorporate all that info that we got from them into our offer to try to make it stand out. So once we finish the RPA, or residential purchase agreement, we need a couple other things to make the offer complete. So those are going to be the pre-approval, which you receive from your lender, as well as a proof of funds. So you're going to have to prove that you have the funds to pay for the down payment and any closing costs involved in the transaction. So also one last bit that we like to add to the offers is a letter from the buyers to the sellers. So this is going to be something to add a little bit of a human aspect, stand out a little bit more. You're basically going to, be truthful with the sellers, what you love about the home, why is it perfect for you guys. So that's something that I help you guys create. We put it together nicely, and it's just something else to stand out and stick out from the crowd and market you guys as buyers. All right, so your offer was accepted. You are now in contract. That means things just got real. So I'm going to talk to you about the next steps that happen. So first off, after getting your contract accepted, you are going to have to put down what's called an earnest money deposit. So typically here in California, that's 3% of the purchase price. This money goes into escrow, so that's a third party that holds it, and that will be later applied to your down payment if you do go through with the purchase. So there are three things we call contingencies. These are things that protect your money that is in escrow. So I'm going to go over those real quick with you. So the first is the physical contingency. So this covers basically anything about the house, anything physical about the house. If anything turns up on the inspections that you don't like, if you go tour the house, find something you don't like, it's the most blanket contingency that we have to protect your money. So really it's the most important on a buyer's side. So once you are satisfied with the condition of the home physically, you can sign this off and go to the next contingency, which is the appraisal contingency. So the appraisal contingency is going to save you from making an offer on a home and the appraiser comes in and appraises the home much lower or any amount lower than your purchase price. So for an easy example, you make an offer of $1 million even on a home. The appraiser comes by and appraises it at $990,000. You've got a few options here. You can either pay the $10,000 difference. You can ask the seller to come down $10,000 on the sale price, or you can negotiate somewhere in the middle. The reason you can do that is because of the appraisal contingency. Once you sign that off, you're forced to cover the difference. So that's the importance of the appraisal contingency in helping in those situations. Okay, last but not least, we have the loan contingency. So the loan contingency basically covers you getting final approval from your lender. So until we get your final approval from the lender, the final sign off, we don't sign that off, okay? So that's gonna protect your money until then. So basically, do not go buy any last minute cars, do not put a bunch of furniture on credit, things like that to affect your final loan approval. Do that and you should be safe with your escrow money. Okay, so after all the contingencies and deadlines during escrow, we have made it to the finish line, AKA closing day. So closing day means you've signed all your closing documents. The escrow has wired the money, which is your final down payment, from escrow to the sellers. So they are paid, and that means you get keys. Congratulations, you are now a homeowner. All right, so I hope you guys found that helpful. That's just a nice little broad overview of the buying process. Obviously, if you guys want any more in-depth information or have any specific questions, you guys obviously know you can reach out to me directly and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions there. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you.